Hi, I'm Asha. I'm a DJ. I've been DJing for a very long time. And recently, people have been asking me, why are all the nightclubs closing? Lots of clubs have closed or changed hands and then changed hands again, and a brand new name, brand new look, and then closed. So it's quite a thing that's going on. And there's a lot of conversations happening as to why this is happening. Some of it is definitely nightclub related, and some of it is just general economics. So I definitely want to hear your feedback. Please comment, let me know your thoughts, let me know your experiences. I love to have some back and forth with you. I've been DJing, I came up probably in one of the golden eras of nightclubbing where the clubs were packed. Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday brunching. People were just going out all the time, drinking with their friends, hanging out, spending money, dressing up. And it affects everything because they had to buy new clothes, they had to get their hair done, they got their nails done. It was a thing. Now it's not the case. If you have a good Friday and Saturday night, woohoo! So things have changed. Partly it's to do with the nightclubs themselves. I think they got a little bit greedy at one point and started focusing more on the bottle service and the VIP areas and charging people $500 for a bottle of vodka or whatever. And that kind of changed the climate and changed the expectations. The dance floor wasn't really the key anymore. It was just like trying to get people to buy alcohol. And people are not just into that vibe anymore. They don't want to spend, if they're going to spend $500, they'd rather spend that on Beyonce tickets. That seems to be the vibe. I think the music changed as well, especially if you play rap and R&B and stuff. It got really slow, got kind of lackluster. It wasn't hype. It's not really that dance floor friendly. A lot of DJs end up playing old school to get that bounce, or they play dance remixes of hip hop songs. So the music definitely changed the culture as well. And I'm not sure if the music changed and then people decided to chill in the VIP because the music changed, or if it's the reverse. But that definitely happened. And then the pandemic. And we can't deny the effect that the pandemic has had on our lives. Things are never going to be the same after that. And people just got used to chilling at home. It seemed like people felt comfortable relaxing at home, watching streaming Netflix or Hulu or whatever, ordering food to their door and alcohol to their door if they drink. And they just didn't feel the need to go out and club anymore like they used to. So I think those are definitely factors that we have to take into account. People are drinking less. People are becoming more health conscious. They're more interested in buying protein and creatine, peptides. They're drinking less alcohol. And so even if they are going out, they're maybe buying one or two drinks. They're not getting wasted. Like I used to have people at the end of the night where I would be concerned how they're going to get home. Like I would try and call them a ride. I remember occasion we actually had to pick up a DJ. The DJ was out cold, drunk. I won't name that person because they're an excellent DJ and a good person. I'm not trying to embarrass them, but they were so drunk. We were literally trying to pick that person up and carry them to a vehicle so someone could drive them home at the end of the night. And they were working, they were DJing. So never mind the crowd, right? So people used to really drink a lot. Also, Ozempic and the other drugs that are similar to Ozempic have not just quelled people's appetite for food, but it means people are drinking less too. So they don't really want to drink as much. They're not eating as much and they don't want to drink as much. So it's definitely affecting the restaurant business as well as bars and nightclubs. So that's less money going in through the cash registers. Um, and then, people are worried about their money. They're worried about the political climate. Maybe they're not getting paid the way they used to, or rent is high, bills are high. You go grocery shopping, you spend a lot of money, and people are nervous. And instead of spending money every weekend going out or several times a week, they would rather save up and splurge on Beyonce tickets or Taylor Swift or whoever they're into, or it's summer's coming and they want to go to Coachella and this and that and the other, and they rather spend that money on those big purchases, which is fine. As DJs, a lot of us have suffered from less club gigs, but we can do festivals and we can do other grand events. It's just less frequent, but they probably pay more money. So things are adapting and things are changing. One of the negatives, and please let me know what you think about this. One of the negatives I think is that in certain communities, going to a nightclub or a bar was a place where young people could get together with like-minded people. So say you're part of the LGBT community, for instance, you may have just come out and you want to meet other people who are like you. You might not even be looking for romance. Maybe you just need some friends, and your family doesn't understand you or whatever. You want to go out. And so the nightclub and the bar were places where people could go and make friends and acquaintances and connections and maybe romance. And so I think all these clubs, especially the LGBTQ clubs, closing, I think that's had a real negative effect on the community, or will certainly have a real negative effect. They were safe spaces, especially, women's clubs. There are events that are predominantly women oriented. Now, I like inclusivity. I like playing to people from every walk of life and every background. But there is definitely a case for having some spaces where women feel safe and they can just go and dance and not have guys hitting on them and stuff. You don't always want that, whether you're straight or gay or whatever. A lot of women actually started going to gay clubs because they didn't want guys hitting on them all the time. So anyway, the point is things have really changed a lot. I've identified some of the reasons I think that have contributed to those changes. Definitely want to hear your thoughts. And maybe you don't care. Maybe you're like, well, so what? Those clubs were charging me $20 for a cocktail. They can go to hell. I don't care. Maybe that's how you feel. Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you next time.